Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Casillejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Hello, and welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Anna.
And I'm Amy.
And it's just the two of us today because this is an emergency episode.
It was unplanned that the vault would be unlocked so quickly.
Yes. Oh my God. Okay. We have a lot to discuss in this emergency SwifTea. Where to even begin? So yesterday, not even yesterday, the day before yesterday, people started to notice that on Google, if you searched Taylor Swift, there was a little blue vault. Mm-hmm. And it was interesting because I was seeing on Twitter, and sometimes I feel like Swifties on Twitter, it's like a giant group text. Right. Is what it feels like to me.
It can be.
And it started, I guess, what's today? Wednesday, Tuesday. So Monday night is when I started kind of seeing people post about it. And then I would try it, and it wouldn't work for me.
Same.
Were you trying it?
And I did. And I tried it all the way until Tuesday, and then it finally started working. And so I was seeing that it was a hit or miss for a lot of people.
Yeah. And so I was wondering if it had to do with like... And this was like before Taylor posted about it or like anything. And I was like, maybe it has to do with what part of the country you're in or time zones or something. But it was interesting to me that people were starting to see a little blue vault show up without Taylor posting about it, right? Yeah. And then Tuesday morning, so Tuesday, September 19th, Taylor Swift posted the blue vault on her Instagram. The teaser. And it's captioned, "You can tell me when the search is over if the high was worth the pain." So the little blue vault, it's much like the Fearless Vault and the Red Vault, RIP to the Speak Now Vault. But it's the same vault, it's blue, and then it has letters that fly out. Mm-hmm. And the letters were T, S, U, and L, and then an exclamation point.
And quotations.
So we were like, okay, slut. Slut, exclamation point. Obviously, right? Then we were like, okay, maybe lust is the only other thing that could work.
Some people did think that the exclamation point could be an I, but all the other letters were capitalized. So I don't think... If you're thinking that, I don't think it's leaning that way.
Right. I did make a joke about it on Twitter, though. I was like, maybe it's I slut or I lust, and her next little vault puzzle has to play is with Apple because this is like a partnership or something with Google. Yeah. So she got Google involved, and so then that's when we all from the vault. That's when we all went to Google, and if you typed in Taylor Swift, then you had a little blue vault show up, and if you clicked the vault, then you got a puzzle. And the first puzzle, I believe, for everybody was 1989 Taylor's version, right, that you had to solve. And then it was like once you solved it, it led to another puzzle, and then another puzzle, and another puzzle.
And they had little hints at the bottom.
Little hints. And it wasn't working for me at all. Like past like the 1989 Taylor's version puzzle, all I kept getting was something that said like, "It's coming for you."
Right,
like,
got it,
come back soon. Mm-hmm. It was like that for hours, but I kept seeing online that people were getting more and different puzzles.
Right, and I was getting really impatient, so I refreshed, and then it went away altogether for me.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was just the amount of people that were coming in.
Yeah, well, because once the first puzzle was solved, there was another pop-up that said it was like a global effort to solve 33 million puzzles. And we were like, whoa, 33 million puzzles, that's insane. But then Google posted like on their blog post or whatever, that they said that there was 89 unique puzzles, but I guess those 89 puzzles had to be solved 33 million times.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Yes.
So I thought that was really cool because I was like, okay, we as Swifties are Taylor Swift is powerful. The Swifties are very powerful because Google broke.
They had a message. Swifties, the vault is jammed. Don't worry. There are no blank spaces inside. And then it goes, we're in a fix-it era and we'll be out of the woods soon.
It's just so funny. I want to know if the people that code, the engineers, the software, whoever was behind this at Google, I want to know if they're Swifties. Or like how this idea came about, I want to know all the behind the scenes.
That'd be great to know.
Of this vault, right? And so It was a really cool experience. I feel like yesterday, just constantly getting online on different social media platforms, seeing all these Swifties like solving puzzles. It felt really cool.
It did.
I thought it was. I was like, this is so cool. And then on the Google Vault thing, you could see in real time how many puzzles were being solved, and the numbers were just going up and up and up. And at first, we were like, okay, 33 million puzzles. How long is that going to take? I kind of figured it would take like a day, and then it did.
It did, yeah. But it probably took a day because it was such a struggle bus yesterday.
We could have done it faster.
Probably.
We could have done it faster. So yeah, so then this morning, Wednesday, September 20th, this morning we unlocked the vault. But here's the thing. We got 4 out of the 5 vault tracks.
Right. So I'm assuming the teaser trailer was revealing the 5th.
That's kind of what I was thinking too, the slut letters.
Yeah. or lust, or whichever. But that's just an assumption because she didn't flat out say.
Right. And so it's interesting. So the 4 titles that we did get, tell me which one's your favorite, Amy.
Okay.
We got Is It Over Now? Now That We Don't Talk, Say Don't Go, and Suburban Legends.
I think Suburban Legends is the most intriguing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when I see titles, I usually like immediately lean towards one, but I feel like these are all very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't feel like I'm claiming one just yet, but I'm really interested to see what the fifth one is, if it's going to be slut, lust, if that's unrelated, because fans also noticed, Swifties noticed that in the puzzles, sometimes with certain puzzles, not all 89, but in some of them, some of the letters were like shiny. Did you notice that?
I didn't.
Like there were certain letters that were like glossy almost.
Okay.
And so I saw online that Swifties were kind of collecting the letters that were glossy.
Okay.
And here I have them. So it ends up being the letters it's a lot of letters. RATTHOYGNINEIUSBGS. It's just
it was always
a bunch
those
of
letters?
From what people were gathering. So I haven't seen anything as of right now as to what those letters could be. Some people are thinking, maybe it spells out the last title track, but
Doesn't sound like enough vowels.
I know. Well, and it's hard when we don't know how many words it is, right? Like it's just a bunch of letters. And it's like, are those connected to the lust slut letters? Mm-hmm. Are they 2 different things? Is one of them going to be the bonus track on the Tangerine version and not necessarily the 5th vault track? Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm really it's a very exciting time to be a Swiftie.
It is. I'm so glad that it worked out this time. Sad Speak Now didn't get its day.
I know. And then another thing that I wanted to bring up in regards to the vault, a few weeks ago, we always kind of just randomly talk about
constantly
about what we don't know, right?
Yeah, and it's bits and pieces in each episode, so we really don't know where to reference back.
Right. We don't know when we talked about it, but at one point in recent weeks, we talked about, okay, do we think that the 1989 vault would have features? I've always been under the impression that it would. Have you?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Right? I don't know why. To me, it's just like the 1989 era, to me, just has a lot of other elements. Like when she was on the world tour, she always had surprise guests. And that's when she was always out with her friends.
Right.
And we're kind of seeing that again, right? And so to me, the 1989 vault has always had features. And a few weeks ago, we were talking about who we would want to see on there. And we had said that there was like some sort of Swiftie sense that was tingling, that we were like, Nicki Minaj. I feel like they've been kind of slowly hinting at it. And a few months ago, maybe like a year ago, maybe when Midnights came out, I don't even really know what the timeline was. At some point, Nicki had posted something about like how she's a fan of Taylor. I was like, and I thought, oh, that'd be so cool to do like Taylor Swift featuring Nicki Minaj. And then at the VMAs, whenever Nicki presented an award to Taylor goes, "That's my favorite Sagittarius right there." And everyone's like, that was a little sus. Like, that was an Easter egg.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But Sagittarius isn't one of the title tracks.
No, but wasn't it one of the puzzles?
Yes, it was one of the puzzles.
Yeah.
So
one of the 89 puzzles.
And then I saw on Twitter today, somebody noticed that Nicki Minaj is scheduled, because she goes live on her Instagram or TikTok or something, like as of lately, and she's been talking to her fans about her new album that's coming out. And she's scheduled to go live tonight at 1:38 a.m.
Interesting.
It is, because 1:38 a.m. was the time in the I Can See You music video.
This sounds like totally planned.
Right.
How could it not be?
Well, and here's the thing. I really like Nicki Minaj, but I'm not like that involved in the fandom. So I don't know if that's true or not, because I saw it on Twitter, and I feel like sometimes seeing things on Twitter, it's like it could be a joke that I just don't get.
Oh, you haven't checked your facts?
I haven't fact checked. I'll admit it. I haven't fact checked.
I fall into being a believer a lot of the time.
So I haven't fact checked that, but I think that could be really cool. And then other people are speculating that maybe the 5th track will be revealed, in the next day or two, and then it'll come out on Friday. It'll be like the lead single or something, which I could see that happening.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Maybe.
How exciting.
I know. Oh my God. What a time. Like, truly. I'm not ready for it. Oh my gosh. There's so much going on. And then also yesterday, people were noticing that her website was glitching, and it would go go to black. It would go black.
TaylorSwift.com?
Yeah, it would glitch. Like if you tried to pre-order 1989, it would just really quickly glitch to black and then go back to normal. Is that a glitch or is that an Easter egg?
Well, that sounds like Reputation vibes.
Exactly. That's what people were saying. We're like, okay. I mean, it's not so far-fetched for her to already be, leaving Easter eggs for that.
Yeah.
But it's like, whoa, what is going on? It's overwhelming, but in the best way possible.
Yeah. When do you think she'll have them all released? All her re-records?
I don't know, because when the re-recording era started, I was under the impression that she would knock out all of her re-recordings before even putting out new music. But then I was wrong about that, because then she put out Midnight. So I have no idea.
I don't either. I kind of think now, originally I thought the same thing along the same lines, but now I'm wondering if she's just going to sprinkle it out throughout the Eras tour.
Maybe.
And just be done by the time it ends.
Well, have you seen the 112 days theory?
I have.
Which makes a clock. So I don't have the theory in front of me, but it's you guys should go check out Nikki King on TikTok. She has a very elaborate theory that has a lot of evidence behind Taylor spacing out her re-records and announcements by 112 days.
Okay, yeah, I remember this.
And I think 112 days from, I don't know if it was from the 1989 announcement or something, but it does fall into kind of Reputation being somewhere around New Year's Day-ish,
okay,
right?
Yeah, I think this sounds familiar.
Right? I should have
It's so much
prepared better.
information.
I know. And it's hard because this is an emergency episode, so we kind of just hit record and started talking. So I'm so sorry. Feel free to correct us on anything that we say. But another thing that we need to talk about.
Last night?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God.
So we talked about Joe Jonas in Better Than Revenge and his drama with Sophie Turner and their legal battle getting a divorce. And Sophie Turner ended up going to hang out with Taylor Swift last night until 2 o'clock in the morning.
Which is iconic.
It is.
That is so iconic. I woke up this morning. It was the first thing I saw was that paparazzi photo of Taylor and Sophie arm in arm, leaving a restaurant.
Yes.
That is my favorite paparazzi photo I've ever seen in my whole life. I want to Photoshop myself into it. I want to know the conversation that was had at that dinner. I want to know whose idea it was to go and hang out. Did Sophie reach out to Taylor or did Taylor reach out to Sophie? That's what I need to know.
I would like to think that it was Taylor, I got your back, girl.
I got your back. Yeah, because, we were talking about it kind of in the office today, what message is this sending?
Mm-hmm.
And I think to me it really is giving I got your back, girl.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
With Joe and Sophie's divorce, and we did talk about this in our Better Than Revenge episode, I think his PR team handled it poorly when the news first came out, and they were kind of using paparazzi to kind of get back at Sophie. And I feel like this is just Better Than Revenge,
It really is. Picture me thick as thieves with your ex-wife.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
Oh my God, so good. I mean, it's not a bop.
Exactly.
I love quoting that. That was what Sophie, when she shared Mr. Perfectly Fine.
Yes.
It's not a bop. I love it so much. And also, while we're on this SwifTea gossip session, what is going on with these rumors about Taylor Swift potentially dating Travis Kelce?
Yeah. So the rumors are that they're hanging out quietly. Is that
That's the rumor.
Yeah. I love this. I truly love this. He is so fun, and she is in her fun era.
Yeah, he does have a good reputation.
Yes.
I don't keep up with the sports world that much, but when I first saw this rumor come out, I did ask my husband Ryan. I was like, "What do we think about Travis Kelce?" And even he got excited because I think he just has a good reputation, and that's fun. And so to think about the timeline of this rumored pairing, he attended one of the Eras tours.
I think Kansas City.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And he had made a friendship bracelet for her with his phone number on it, but he didn't get the chance to give it to her because she wasn't meeting people backstage. And I think he has a podcast, and he talked about it on the podcast. I wanted to give her this friendship bracelet, but it didn't work out. Maybe something happened behind the scenes there, because then a few weeks later, it was rumored that they were, like you said, quietly hanging out. And then it was and then this past weekend during the Chiefs game, even the NFL announcers were kind of playing into
Dropping
it.
Easter eggs.
Yeah.
The things they were saying.
Their little references.
Yes.
They were like, oh, he found a blank space and scored the touchdown, or whatever.
It was cute.
And he even, that clip of the NFL announcer was on TikTok, and he commented saying, well played. So he's kind of feeding into the rumors. The NFL is feeding into the rumors.
And then as of this morning, his brother, I think his name is Jason, he was on a morning show, and he said, let me find the exact words he said. It was something like 100%. Oh, here it is. I think things are going great, and I think it's 100% true, speaking on the rumors. So,
whoa.
Yeah.
So did his brother just...
I mean, I guess
confirm
gave him the
it?
green light. Yeah, I guess I'm allowed to talk about it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So if this is true, though, it makes me so curious because, being a professional football player, that's got to be really demanding. And she's about to go back on tour. She's about to release her album. I feel like they're just both very busy.
Yeah. So, they have a little blank space to hang out, and then they'll go back to their lives.
Yeah. I love that. Like you said, she really is in her fun era.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love to see it. Oh my God, this is just nuts. What
a great week.
I know. And yesterday when the vault dropped and we were texting in our group being like, when are we going to record? We need to get into record an episode like that. I was getting really nervous. I was like, if something huge happens, we need to record an episode. And then this morning when the vault was opened, we were like, we have to do an emergency episode.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, oh my God.
I had one puzzle that I wasn't able to solve.
Oh, do you remember what it was?
I think it was the Sagittarius one. I struggled. There was a lot of letters there.
Well, because there was some that had clues and some that didn't.
Yeah. I waited so long that it went away and gave me another puzzle.
Oh, really?
So I really don't remember what it was, but I think it was that one. Yeah.
It wasn't working for me for the longest time all day yesterday. And then around 9:30-ish, give or take, it started working for me. So I was laying in bed doing the puzzles, and Ryan was like, you need to go to bed, because we work really early in the morning. He's like, you need to go to bed. You can keep doing your puzzles in the morning. And he helped me solve puzzles up until we got to 13, because I was like, okay, at least 13 is a good stopping point.
Yeah.
So he helped me to
solve the puzzles. I think it gave you a cute message at 13, didn't it?
It said lucky number 13.
Yeah.
Which is so cute. Oh my gosh, this is just a very exciting time to be a Swiftie. It's so fun. And we're just so happy that you are listening to us talk about this. I don't know if there was anything else that we needed to cover.
I don't think so. Something might come up later today.
Yeah, that's very true. We're always on edge. If anything does come up, if you guys need to let us know about anything, correct us on anything, you can find us on social media at The 13 Podcast. I don't know what's going on with our TikTok page. I feel like we're shadow banned or something, because every time I post, it doesn't go well. So reach out to us on Instagram at The 13 Podcast. That's a better way to contact us. Also Twitter, I think it's at The 13TS Podcast. I believe that's our handle. You can find us. And in case you missed it, we did put out an episode earlier this week on Innocent, because in our breakdown portion of the podcast, we're still in our Speak Now era.
We are.
We're in our era's era.
We're going to quickly get through this.
We're going to get through this, but that means that sooner than later, you're going to get to hear our episode on Haunted, I believe is the next one. So we're super excited about that. That was weirdly, it was so unnecessarily chaotic. And I think it was one of my most favorite episodes that we've ever recorded.
I kind of blame myself for being chaotic. I kind of was all over the place.
We all were.
It was fun.
But it was fun. It was a really fun episode. And so you guys have that to look forward to. And hopefully we'll figure out what's going on with the vault, with the slut letters features, the glowy letters. As of right now, we don't have answers to that, but maybe by the time that you listen to this episode, we will. So I'm Anna.
No. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.